everyone. It's kind of slow time of day, but I got a second now to upload a video. So I just got these new restriction bands. They're supposed to help the pump. So I'm gonna work on this exercise here. Have you exercised your rights? Oh, awesome. Somebody's doing it. Somebody's on top of it. People are paying attention. That's what I like to see. It is a struggle out here in the Bay. Silicon Valley is taking over San Jose. Building sky rises, huge glass buildings, raising the cost of living on everyone who's growing up here and all their family members trying to retire here. It's not fair to the average working people. Have you signed? Have you exercised your rights? Let's get this on the ballot. Let's vote on rent control. Are you a registered voter? You want to vote? Let's exercise our rights together. How are you? Awesome. Did you get the fourth one on schools? Awesome. Have you helped sign for education, ma'am? I burnt out with 30 pounds, so now I'm just down to 20, but yeah, I'm working on an all-day venture here. Just keep burning out. See how I look at the end of the petition season. I think, I got to be productive when it's slow. It's like nothing to do. Did you help sign for affordable housing? Have you exercised your rights? I said that to someone. I realized, whoa, I wish I had a dumbbell here. I miss the gym. Have you exercised your rights, sir? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah? Hey, have you signed the rent control? Have you exercised your rights? I have one to help disability patients. Two of them. One's for homeowners, one's for renters. Are you a voter, sir?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's get it on the ballot. Have you exercised your rights lately? All right. We got rent control. Hey, how are you? Have you exercised your rights, partner? Just make sure they don't raise the rent on us. It's expensive out here. Sir, have you signed for rent control? Let's exercise your rights. No? Exercise your rights out here. Have you exercised your rights? Oh, I am. Have you signed, sir? Get the rent control. Have you already got it? Yeah? Have you exercised your rights lately?
Okay, thank you.
It's the highest rent in the country. Are you sure? Are you a renter?
Yeah, they voted last year. Nobody wanted to go down.
That's why you need to vote. We can't just give up. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Man.
That's why.
Let's get it on the ballot. It's just going to keep going up unless we get enough signatures. Do something. All right. People give up. They say, oh, it's not going to work because they didn't vote for it last time. Well, it's probably because you didn't vote. Have you exercised your rights? You got it? Have you registered to vote?
No.
Let's get you registered, sir. There's a bunch of unregistered people over here. I'm in the slums of San Jose. People need rent control out here. They're waiting for me. At least the ones paying attention. Have you exercised your rights? Have you exercised your rights? You signed for rent control? You got the newest one for schools? We need one more. It is a slow time, like I said. Normally I'll be getting them back to back, but even a pro has slow times. Not one of the best locations. Would you help sign? Exercise your rights. Exercise. Do hammer curls now. Would you help sign for the schools? Exercise your rights. Let's vote on it. How about you, sir? Have you exercised your rights?
I'm not voting this year.
Make a difference for rent control. Let's vote on the petitions. Let's do something. It's expensive out here, you know? You seen the rise in cost of living? Anyone? It's expensive. Have you exercised your rights?
I've already signed it.
You did the schools one?
I did them all.
Four.
The guy told me that the last time I was here, I did them all.
Just curious, where did you sign? Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, right on. Thanks. Sir, have you signed? Let's get rent control. Yeah, that guy said he'd sign on the way out. They always do that. You got a second for affordable housing? You know it's expensive out here? Would you sign for rent control? Somebody's paying attention. You know it's expensive?
I really have to make
Hey, you got a second for affordable housing?
Okay, so not right now.
I'm gonna do this every day. It's motivation. Exercise your rights. Have you voted? Have you exercised your rights? Let's help the schools. ¿Puedes votar? ¿Puedes votar? Escuela. Firma. For escuela. Education. Is that? I believe I'm saying that right. Para el control de la renta, por favor. Would you help vote on rent control? You know it's expensive. Let's exercise our rights together. You want to vote on rent control? Motivation. Gotta keep it pumped all day, you know? Have you exercised your rights?
What are you doing?
Exercising my rights, doing some voter registration and doing some petitions. How about you?
Good, man.
Have you signed, miss? We need rent control. Oh, and you
You
got
have
the
rent
schools?
control here?
Yeah.
When did you find that, dude?
Oh, you man.
I paid $3 grand a month.
Woo.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. You familiar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a state-wide limit on landlords. You know what? The capitalists who say, and I'm a capitalist, I like to sell things or barter and trade. Money is needed. But when it's on someone's living, that is not capitalism, because capitalism is supposed to be voluntary without coercion of a barrel of a force of a gun. But you know they'll send a sheriff to you right away if they raise that rent 20% and you can't cough it up. So that is a form of coercive, abuse. They're trying to be just like the government that they say they don't want to tax them at the barrel of a gun. That makes no sense. I say go into any other business you want, market anything, but not someone's living to try to take their hard-earned money. And this one, sir, is for the city to get affordable housing. So the city council and mayors cannot take any money themselves from big developers with $250,000, big contractors or landlords, because they're above the median income, so we shouldn't have them represent people that aren't even from here. They're the ones building all those sky rises and the glass buildings you see popping up, the tech companies and such. Silicon Valley is taking over San Jose. Would you sign for affordable housing? That's what we really need for everyone who's lived and worked here their whole lives, not to just make it a rich person spot. We need all demographics. Now, this will help make sure the richer, older corporations pay their fair share instead of having a loophole. It's not fair to new businesses. They get what's called the Prop 13 corporate tax loophole. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure they pay their fair property value at the time of purchase. That's it. And it'll raise hundreds of millions. This one also helps out homeowners. Yep, it's going to make sure homeowners now, since they passed Prop 13, get a little better deal if they want to retire and they have to sell their home because some expense comes up, medical or something. They don't have to pay a higher tax in their new home. And even if that happens twice, they don't have to pay 3 times. This one is for the schools. That's the same as the last one, except that it's on commercial and industrial property. Industrial properties, I would say PG&E, for example, who are making hundreds of millions for the CEOs and shutting off our power or charging us for it and not even updating their lines. They can pay fair market value. We need new utilities to compete with them. That's really what we need. New, even independent utilities. They'll help probably, I think that will just probably help independent energy in the future anyway. And you got that last rent control? That's you, Lou. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Another finished board. You got a second for affordable housing? Let's get rent control. You got the rent control bill, guy? Have you signed, sir? You got a second for affordable housing? How about for homeowners tax relief? You must be a homeowner, and you know the government will just keep taxing unless you do something. Got 'em. They don't want to sign rent control? Live somewhere. Might as well sign the homeowner's property tax relief. Prop 13 extension. See? That's how life is unfortunate. Just bothering people all day to get involved and do something good. Doing something good for the people. All we need. I love my job. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. Talk to you later.